Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna. So, how is everyone? So, I presume you all are taking advantage of this situation. That is a devotee. A devotee tries to take advantage of every situation. Every situation is for our enhancing our Krishna consciousness. And I'm sure you all are doing that. I have seen or I have heard that many devotees who were not chanting 16 rounds started to chant 16 rounds. And also, I got some news from America that children who parents were finding that it was very difficult to make them chant. Now they are also chanting 16 rounds. So these are the advantages of this situation. And so today I thought of having a session with you all with certain ideas, certain thoughts that were in my mind, and I thought of sharing that with you. Probably you remember, like a few months ago, I spoke to you all about the need of creating a political party. And so I just thought of discussing about that with you all. You see, not only India, the world situation is very critical. Practically, you can see, especially now, you can see that, this materialistic advancement, technological and industrial advancement is how fragile it is. Just one attack from a virus brought the human civilization to a standstill. And it is happening because people are committing lots of sinful activities. And this is actually a reaction to those sinful activities. I mean, if you think of it rationally, you will see that the situation could have been much worse long time ago. Long time ago, the world would have faced a massive disaster. Like, fortunately, this came in the form of a virus, in the form of a pandemic. But can you imagine, like, if there was a war, what would have been the world situation? At least at this point, through this attack, the world situation is quite peaceful. It is there, but everybody is at home. There is, yes, some people, quite a lot of people are getting affected by this, and many people are dying. But apart from that, the world situation is quite stable. And so that is a fortunate aspect. And obviously, Krishna is teaching us a lesson. And sooner we learn the lesson, better it will be for us. And now what we should do as devotees. At this point, probably we won't be able to do very much, but we have to consider, say for example, Krishna is reminding us that if you continue committing sinful activities, then you be prepared for the reactions. And so this message, should be given out in a very active way. In our spiritual involvement, we are doing it and people are getting involved, but this involvement is not really that massive. It's not really that remarkable. And so we have to bring about a change in this world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan movement is meant to spread all over the world, in every town and village. And it will happen. It will happen, but who will make it happen? Now, the first question is that who made things happen in this world? Remarkable achievements in this world are accomplished by the youth. It's the youth who have the vitality, the energy, they have their dreams, they have their ambitions, and when they have an ideology, they commit themselves to that. And that's why, I'm seriously considering to present it to you all, that you all, those who are in the colleges and universities, start to motivate people about that. We are not going to present a spiritual, philosophical agenda. We are going to present an agenda that is going to appeal to everybody. You see, the philosophical involvement or spiritual involvement comes from those who are very special, actually. Ordinary individuals don't think much about God, don't think much about the spiritual involvement. But everybody, you can say, everybody is concerned about his own future. Everybody is concerned about the situation of his country. Everybody is thinking that how this world can be made into a better place. So that is, and that appeal is the national appeal. Like, for example, if we tell people, if we present, Krishna consciousness and its benefit, the importance of, surrendering to Krishna, like very few, very highly intellectual, very intelligent individual will respond to that. But if we tell people the state of our country, just let's, for example, the state of our country, Narendra Modi is a wonderful leader. I always say that India for the first time got a leader. Gandhi was not a leader. Nehru was not a leader. And, what to speak of other individuals who became prime ministers or presidents. But Narendra Modi is a leader. And for the first time, we got a leader who is actually trying to uplift the nation. But then again, the consideration is what will happen when Narendra Modi leaves? Who is going to be the person, right? Who is going to lead the nation? Personally, I don't really see anyone in the line. Of course, I'm not so much involved in the present state of affairs, current events and things like. But the thing is, we know one thing, that the world is, completely overwhelmed with all kinds of crises. And these political leaders won't be able to solve those problems. The real solution to the problems lie in Krishna consciousness. That means accepting the Supreme Personality of Godhead and accepting the teachings of the Vedas. Vedas are giving us the perfect lifestyle. Vedas are giving us the perfect knowledge. Vedas are giving us the perfect culture. So that is what is the glory of India. That is what the real asset of India. So we have to remind people about that. We are not trying to promote ISKCON. We are not even trying to promote Krishna consciousness as an agenda. But we are simply reminding Indians that, look, you have the greatest, wealth in the form of the Vedic wisdom. And this is the solution to all problems. So please accept this and try to promote this. And you see, that's why I was previously also, I mentioned to you all about the need of a political party. And I will suggest that, let us consider about forming a political party where this will be the agenda. The real pride of India. Let all the Indians become proud of their real wealth. India, after so many years of slavery, India has lost their pride. British came and made the Indians feel that everything Indian is absolutely useless. And West is the best. They taught Indians to become the slaves of the West, slaves of the England. And we are still suffering from that complex. But this is the time when the Indians should wake up and become aware of their glory, like you see, Prabhupada went to America, and American youth actually saw the wealth of wisdom that Srila Prabhupada gave. And they committed themselves to that. And we had to learn about our spiritual culture from the West, from America. Now, let us become aware of our own wealth. It's not only spiritual culture, it's not only the spiritual wisdom. From every angle you look at it, India has the best possible thing. Look at medicine. Ayurveda is the most scientific and most effective medical science. Look at it from any angle, like we are seeing that Indians, when they go to the West, they are having such success. But Indians in India are not really recognized or not getting the opportunity. If you look at the Indians in the world scenario, like you see, America's most advanced scientific wing is NASA, the space scientists, rocket scientists. And more than 30% NASA in America. Like in Microsoft, more than 35% are Indians. In the top positions, many American, multinational companies today have the Indian CEOs. So why is that? Because the Indians are the most intelligent people. Why they are the most intelligent people? Because they're coming from the most intelligent culture. So for a change, let's be out of our own glory. This is have to present it in a proper way. Like if you go one to speak to one or two persons, there will be some kind of appeal. But that appeal becomes enormous when there is a political platform. We are here to change India. We are here to lead India to its real prosperity. Maybe it'll take time. Yes, it'll take time. And that's why I say that those who will get involved, let the young ones get involved. Now, okay, now at this point, I will just throw a question to you all. If we take up an agenda like that, how many of you would like to commit yourself? You don't have to give the answer now, but if you want, you can just send me an email that those of you who want to commit yourself to this cause, those of you who think that this cause is important, and those of you who think that this is the direction we should go, like creating a political party that is based on Vedic wisdom. And this wisdom is coming from Srila Prabhupada's books. How will Prabhupada's books will become the law book for 10,000 years? As Prabhupada actually forecasted, his books will become the law book for 10,000 years. Because on the basis of the books, the change is going to take place in the world. And so with this basis of the book, we are going to, stand with our objective. So though you can just, this simple response you can give that, yes, I want to commit myself. Like, it doesn't mean that those of you who are students, you have to give up your studies. It doesn't mean that those of you who are working, you have to give up your job. No, at this point, wherever you are, you continue. But to make it a point that you are going to promote this topic. Create an awareness. That's the first thing that we need to do. Create an awareness. And when that awareness has been created, then we form a political party. Political party that will have an agenda to, really uplift India's glory. Make India the greatest nation in this world. Make India, let the whole world look up to India for guidance. And that is how, it is going to spread. First, we try to act wherever we are. And then the sphere of our activity will increase. So wherever you are, you make it a point to motivate some individuals. Then when individuals become indoctrinated or motivated, then we'll take it into a larger area. Say, for example, say we are in Madhya Pradesh. Like, let us start off with wherever we are preaching, like Indore, Bhopal, and places like that. So there we create an awareness. Then we go to other colleges, other universities, right? And those who are committing themselves, they will do that. They'll go to they will have meetings with some other university students, and they will motivate them. So in this way, when a substantial amount of awareness is created in Madhya Pradesh, so similarly, not only Madhya Pradesh, will be working in different provinces. Like there are 29 states in India. And in all the states, or in most of the states, we will be working. Like, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Bengal, Orissa, Assam, Andhra, Tamil Nadu, like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, like everywhere we are going to spread our activities. So when the activities have substantially spread in all those places, then we'll launch the political party with its political agenda, which is called the manifesto. What do we stand for? And so this is the way we are going to start our activity. And then, what is the ultimate objective? You see, Prabhupada went to see Indira Gandhi. And Prabhupada went there with an agenda to present it to Indira Gandhi. And from that, we can derive the objective. And what is the main objective? I can tell you the bottom line. Okay, say this political party comes to power. Now, those who become ministers, those who become ministers, their agenda will be, their role will be, they will be advising the administrators. Prabhupada said there will be brahmanas. Brahmanas means they will be situated in the mode of goodness. They'll be endowed with the Brahminical qualities. And this is how they're going to just present it. Like the ministers are not dealing with money, they're simply advising, they're guiding, they're the guides. And the administrators, those who will be involved, see, so this is how the Varnashram is going to be established. The ministers are the Brahmanas, Brahmanas are the ministers. The administrators are the Kshatriyas. They're the warriors, they're the administrators, and they will let them run the nation. Then the Vaishyas will provide with all the fulfilling the needs of the society. So in this way, naturally, Varnashram will be established. So these are the ultimate objectives, Brahminical individuals will be the ministers. The Kshatriyas will be in the administration and the military force. And in this way, you see, Vaishyas and Sudras, Prabhupada used to say, in this world, everyone is practically Sudra. So we don't have to form the Sudra. Vaishyas, today's world is actually running by the Vaishyas. It is running on economic power. So that is the Vaishya. Of course, how they're running it, that's a different thing. So what is the important aspect is the Prabhupada is saying that Krishna consciousness is actually creating the Brahminical structure. So the Brahmanas, are there already, but those who are accepting Srila Prabhupada's teachings and acting according to that, they're Brahmanas. And so what is actually lacking is a Kshatriya. So we'll see how that will come. That will come, actually the Kshatriyas are there already, the military force is already there. They're so capable. You go to a military army cantonment or Air Force base, and you'll see that they're so disciplined, they're so well organized, but their contribution is not taken. They're just waiting for a war. And generations after generations go waiting for a war. Why not utilize them in bringing them in the administration? Let them run the country. If they run the country, I think, they'll run it much better than the way they're being run today. Anyway, so, these are the ultimate objective. Main point is, like, those who are trying to bring about a change, they are going to, create that political party and get the political power. And this political power comes in in the form of the ministry. And those ministers are not power hungry, unscrupulous individuals. They're going to be completely honest, and they will be completely detached. And with that detachment, they'll run the country. For example, why Narendra Modi is such a good leader? Because he's detached. He doesn't have any personal agenda. He doesn't have any family. And whatever family he has, we see that he is not really promoting them or trying to get them, into big positions. I mean, I saw like his brothers and sisters are leading the same life as they were leading before he became a minister. So this is the thing. These are the kind of leaders that we need in this country. But today's political leaders, they just come to stand in the election as a kind of a business. They invest certain amount of money to win the election in order to make 10 times of what they have or 20 times what they have actually invested. So these are not the leaders, those who are going to save the country from this looming, from the imminent calamity that the country is facing. Therefore, we need, honest and committed individuals to lead the country. Anyway, so this is, I just wanted to share with all of you. As I said, I look up to you as the future of our country, as the future of this world. You all are young, and you all have the energy, the dream, the vision, and commitment. So thank you all very much. So as I said, like, maybe you can just get back to us and tell us what you think of this. It's not possible to take any input here now, but still, if anybody has any question, you can ask. Feel free to ask any question if you have. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, he can't speak directly?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah. Please accept my humble obeisances, Maharaj.
Yeah.
I am Harsh from Chennai, Maharaj.
Okay. Yeah.
My question was, Maharaj, as you told that we'll be presenting Krishna, means not directly we'll be presenting Krishna consciousness to people, but we'll be introducing them to Vedas or Srila Prabhupada books. So after reading Srila Prabhupada books, directly people will think that we are from a spiritual organization, ISKCON, and we are trying to promote other things. So how can we present Srila Prabhupada?
Very good question, Harsh. So the way to do that, we won't, like, we are not presenting it to them. You all are presenting it to them. You see, you can say that, look, I mean, I have read this, and this is making so much sense, right? And we will have some, some manifesto or, like the principles derived from the books of Prabhupada. And we'll present that to them. Like not, so, like they shouldn't see that we are, ISKCON as a spiritual organization is coming into politics. No, we don't want that. ISKCON should be completely out of it because, it's not going to be good for us, right? And they shouldn't see also that ISKCON is guiding. That's why I'm saying you all have to take the lead. I'm just, giving you the, like the lead, and now you take the ball and run. All right. We'll be in the background. We won't be seen. We won't be there in the picture anymore. I mean, we'll be in picture in the sense we'll be in contact. I mean, we'll be available for you all to contact us. But it's you who will have to do everything. That's what actually I was considering. Now, you see, for example, if you go and tell that I came across this book and this is what I found, and I wanted to share with you. So ISKCON is not coming into the picture, right? It's you who are coming into the picture and you are presenting it. You got it?
Yes, madam.
And that is how it has to be, right?
One more thing means
Yeah, sure.
if directly we are not giving Krishna consciousness to people, then as Srila Prabhupada also told that means they will be somewhat bewildered by other things like dharma, artha, kam, moksha, or means whatever. But directly will not ultimately give them Krishna, then
Look, it's not that we don't give Krishna. We'll give Krishna, not through ISKCON. Let's put it that way. You get it? Because how can we have proper, structure, without Krishna? Because our objective is to turn this atheistic world into a theistic world, right? Theistic world means they have to accept God. Who is God? Krishna. Where do we get the informations? Prabhupada's books, right? So this is how we'll be acting. As if, so many books have gone out. So many people must have read them, right? Say, for example, you all have read them. So now what are you going to do about that? You read Prabhupada's books. Are you going to look up? Are you going to wait for ISKCON to do something? Or are you going to take the lead and do it yourselves? So you get the point?
yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other question? In there is a way to ask questions, like you can raise your hand digitally. Like, do you know how to do that? They're doing it, okay.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, okay. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. Maharaj, I was talking about the different politicians regarding the from Krishna conscious background. I don't know much about, but one devotee, I have heard that Tulsi Gabbard from America, he is a grand disciple of Srila Prabhupada. Is it true? Or something like that? Tulsi Gabbard.
I don't know. Like one disciple of Prabhupada actually stood for election and Prabhupada in America, and Prabhupada encouraged that. Prabhupada encouraged that.
Dandava Pranam, Guru Maharaj, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Baba Krishna ji.
Guru Maharaj, thank you for that very inspiring talk. I think there's many questions, but two which stand out initially. The first one is, Guru Maharaj, you mentioned about having mass appeal, but also as an organization, understanding that we're deriving our instruction from Srila Prabhupada's books. Guru Maharaj, do you envisage that the central leadership of this party will be devotees, whereas maybe the wider appeal may be to the outside public?
Yeah, naturally, devotees. You see, here I just want to make one thing clear, that devotees and ISKCON.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Yes, devotees, but ISKCON is not directly involved in it. It's not that all the to be a devotee, you have to be a member of ISKCON. Right? I'll put it that way. Like those who are being involved in that party, political party, yes, they will become devotees naturally. Because otherwise, how can he, carry on such an agenda? But they don't have to be an ISKCON devotee.
So Guru Maharaj, just to clarify, I mean, I don't know Yogi Adityanath personally. He's obviously representing a quasi-Vedic tradition. Yogi Adityanath, that's CM of UP.
Okay.
So somebody like that, which might have some kind of like Deshbhakt, some spiritual inclination, would Guru Maharaj envisage somebody like of that kind of persuasion being involved or not?
It doesn't see. Okay, now again, this doesn't have to be sadhus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't have to be sadhus. They'll be all regular people, you know, who are involved in Krishna conscious agenda. Yes, Krishna conscious agenda. Because Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and put him in the center and run the nation.
So yeah, so we have to find that balance of having mass appeal.
I actually remember one question that previously was asked that Prabhupada's grand disciple, that's I think Tulsi Gabbard.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Tulsi Gabbard is there. Yeah, sure. But you know, our thing will be much more, what I should say, lot more massive. You know why? Because we are actually starting something with the youth, our own party. Tulsi Gabbard doesn't have her own party. She is carrying the ticket of some political party. And that's one thing that we don't want. You know, we don't want to be affiliated to any existing political party. It's going to be exclusively our political party, right? Starting from the scratch, started by the youth of India. And that's how we have to go. Yes, Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, Haribol.
This is Vamsidhari Das from Baroda. Guru Maharaj, I have a question. Actually, thank you so much for this idea. And I was just thinking that as a full-time temple brahmachari, how we incorporate this idea in our regular preaching, because the brahmacharis cannot directly come.
Brahmacharis wearing saffron don't need to shave head, don't need to come to the forefront, right? Those who are in the university students, let them do that. All right. Okay. Because you know, the moment you come in the saffron, then people will think, oh, this is ISKCON. They may not say it, but this is ISKCON. So my thing is that you may contact here, but not in the kind of when they're having big rally or big things. Then the person has to be just an ordinary student or a person pursuing his career, individuals like that.
Okay, Guru Maharaj.
You see, like, we have to be very sensitive, like, because we don't want anyone to, or rather especially the other political parties, to see that ISKCON is entering into politics. But at the same time, it has to be done. So how do we do it? How do we do it? So this is the way that at least we can start. We do not know how much we'll be able to achieve, but at least let's start. Unless we take a step forward, how will you approach to the goal? How will you approach the goal? All right.
Okay, thank you
very much.
Haribol. Go ahead, Ramlila.
That's from Surat. Yes, Guru Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful talk. But I have a question, that the way you are saying that we need to start, then we need to start with as I have been into youth organization of other parties. Then we need to start from a college, a small organization in youth colleges. In that way, we can grow and then later on, then we'll come to upper stage.
Right, right, yes, yes. You start in a small way. We don't have to start the party tomorrow, right? But we start preaching tomorrow, educating them tomorrow, right? And then this is how, when we have substantial, response. And the thing is that, we have spread all over India. We have students practically in all the major universities, all the universities, so to say. So now, let's start off with them.
Then we need to start first. First step can be we can start a student organization which will reach to every universities or in every all over the India. Then we can go ahead.
Good, yeah, good point, yeah, a student organization, right? That can be the starting point.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Dhanush Pranam. This is Deen Vassal Das from Bhubaneswar.
Yeah.
Guru Maharaj, as you were explaining that the leaders who are more dharmic, who are more closer to Krishna consciousness, like Mr. Modi, so they are better leaders for the country to lead. So in general, when we have leaders from the existing political parties who are more favorable to us, so should we encourage our congregation or students to help them or maybe vote for them when the time for elections are there? Of course not.
That is, that's up to the individual. I don't want to comment on that. Let them, because, it may not be seen in a right way, like if we're telling that you vote that person, not that person, because it's up to the individuals, like those who are preaching, those who are in contact with them, it's up to them to decide if they want to. But as an ISKCON leader, I don't want to comment on that, because I don't want anyone to think that, ISKCON is trying to promote certain political leaders to win the election.
Thank
you.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. This is Arathi Bhagwan Das from Calcutta.
Yes, Arathi Bhagwan. Yeah, I got your email. Thank you. So yes, go ahead.
Guru Maharaj, I was associated with the political scenario in Jadavpur University. So there are two things that is coming to my mind after hearing your class today. First thing is that directly we should not get into political thing right now, like you correctly pointed out. We should get into something like a more social organization that can help build our image. Eventually, we can graduate it into a more political form. That is first thing.
Yeah, okay.
Second thing that comes to my mind is, during the phase when we are graduating into a political scenario, we will be facing a lot of opposition, which is very obvious and normal. So, don't you, I am fearing that there can be political repercussions on ISKCON as an organization. We understand.
You see, I've been telling it from the very beginning, ISKCON should not be involved in that.
No, Gurudev, I understand that ISKCON will not be involved in it, but then people will eventually get to know that, there is
whatever they want to think. It's a student movement.
Yes.
It's a student movement.
Yeah. So
if the students are in the forefront, students have formed a party, and students are standing in the election, So that is how, it should be. It should be, not just it should be seen. It should be like that. Like as I was saying, all of us from ISKCON leadership or ISKCON devotees, I was saying that even our brahmacharis should not go and try to kind of, shouldn't be seen as they are the ones, those who are doing it. Got it?
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. This is Saurabh Krishna Das from Bhopal.
Sure. Yeah.
Guru Maharaj, I just wanted to ask one important question. Like when we talk about the federal structure which Indian government follows, Guru Maharaj, we find that when parties are evolving, they had to take part, they had to participate in the coalition and had to also be in agreement with other parties in order to do something tangible for forming the government. So is our party, which will be in future forming, will also be taking the shelter of this coalition aspect of the federation, and understanding the example of the present Shiv Sena Mumbai. So we have seen how much Bal Thackeray was supporting the Hindu Rashtravad, and now his son has adopted a coalition government with other parties and have resulted in what we can see today. So I just wanted an understanding in this.
No, I would say my just immediate response to that, or offhand response to that, is better not to get into coalition. Better not to join hands with those who are useless. Why should we join hands with those, we are not into political power, right? Rather I would say, we are not into get a political position. We are into establish the right kind of structure. And if we get into coalition things and all, then our objective will be diluted. Therefore, we should stay away from there until we get the absolute power, or whatever it's called, not absolute, say majority. We don't get into that.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam, Krishna Khanna from Delhi.
Hare Krishna.
Guru Maharaj, I got disconnected for a couple of minutes, so I don't know if this question was already asked, but in India we have the secular structure. So how will we cater to everybody's religion and needs and desires with our preaching and with our messaging?
Okay. So the thing is, that's why our objective will be nationalistic. We stand for India, irrespective of our religion. Like, for example, Singapore, when Lee Kuan Yew took up, Singapore is a country where there are so many different religions, and their next door neighbor, Malaysia, is a Muslim country. So that country also has Singapore also has a lot of Muslim, Chinese, Hindus. So what did he do? We are not interested to identify ourselves with our religious identity. We stand for the nation, Singapore. We are Singaporeans, right? And that feeling there is so strong, and they're proud of their nation. We are Singaporeans, irrespective of their religion. So that is the kind of things that should be there. We are Indians, and irrespective of our religion, we stand for this culture. Does it answer your question? Yeah, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. I am Chandrakant from Chhaoni base, Indore. Okay. Maharaj, I actually want to ask a question in 3 points. First point is that that Guru Maharaj, in India there is so much diversity. Like in every 100 kilometer languages changes, and in every 500 kilometer, like there are so many customs, religions and practices. So everybody has and polity is the main aim polity is a main part through which everybody everybody fulfills their objective ultimately. So if first of all, this is wonderful initiative, and many complications can come. So first of all, this is my only suggestion, that first of all we should create a platform for training purpose. Like first of all we should create a organization. We should train that how to act in certain ways, how to deal in certain situations, because many circumstances will come. Likewise we have created, but it will not be it will not be so much beneficial. So my suggestion is that only, that first we should create a training institution for 2-3 months, and we should select individuals.
Sure. Yeah, very good point. Very good point. And that's why we're having this thing. Like those who are going to commit themselves, yes, they will have meetings, they'll have proper understanding, what is the objective, and as you're saying, how should we behave. So all these, like Prabhupada's books are going to be the basis, and on that basis, yes, they have to be trained, they have to be indoctrinated. Good point.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Guru Maharaj, I want to ask that there are various parties, and they have such like RSS. They have such a objective that we have to safeguard, like warriors. So similarly, that our should also have that particular objective, which will say that what we are going to do. Obviously, the political party we will do a political thing, but when there is no election, or keep it is united, so we have some objective.
Yes. Yeah, good. You see, like we won't have any wing like RSS, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't want to resort to violence, right? That's why he didn't bring any weapon. In all other incarnation, the Lord comes with a weapon, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't come with any weapon. That should be our objective also. We are not going to use, any such physical or power, or and we won't get into, like, we are not going to use violence, because violence in this age will breed more violence. An example, just consider the Sikhs, the way, like they resorted to violence, but see the amount of torture they had to undergo. Like I don't know whether you've been to the Golden Temple in Amritsar. They have their museums, 4 or 5 museums, and their paintings, showing the history. So this is what happens, like such brutality. Therefore, we won't. Mahaprabhu's thing is, we conquer the opposition, or we respond to opposition with love. And so that should be our thing, like we don't need any wing like RSS, where they'll be trained to fight and things. No, we don't need to fight at anybody. And so, and India has already seen the example of Mahatma Gandhi, like non-violence, and what a tremendous appeal it gained from all over the world. And I hope it won't be that kind of a situation, because we are not standing against a power like the British for independence. We are here in an independent India trying to, create a better India. So I don't think there'll be so much oppositions of that nature. So, any more? Okay. Oh yeah, I have to now prepare for the next class. Thank you all very much. So please write to me about your personal experiences. And as I said, how you want to, like if you think this is a good cause, then the question will be how you want to get involved. How you want to get involved. And the thing is that, let's start off with a baby step, and then we'll see how to go about it. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Gaur Premanande, Hare.